G'day and welcome back. I'm Ken Grant with Motivated Branding. As you can probably imagine, so much of the branding industry is based on the psychological side of the business and less so about extensions like colors or logos or music or social or whatever the things that attach to the core, the internal structure of a brand. To me, that's very, very psychological because it's based on a person making a decision to not be scared and do something magnificent, or to be scared and hold them back, or take their eye off the ball, or whatever. I preface this story today because I heard a story many, many years ago that made me understand what priorities were better than any other moment in my entire life. It goes like this. I used to be a DJ many, many years ago in Sacramento, California. Every Tuesday morning, our program director would sit down with all the jocks in the station. We would have basically a weekly meeting to talk about the last week and what the next week looked like. He was a big guy. I'll never forget him. He was just this huge guy, and he comes in, sits down, looks at his watch, and commences to say nothing. He looks around the room, doesn't say anything, looks back at his watch every so often, looks around the room, doesn't really have eye contact with any of us. And finally, he looks at his watch and he goes, "Okay, let's commence the meeting." That was 1 minute and 37 seconds of nothing. As a matter of fact, that equals 1 minute and 37 seconds of the dead air I heard on this station over the last week. And we're like, oh no. That's not good. As jocks, you don't want dead air. You want music or chatter or spots. You never want dead air. And he had calculated. He goes, that's 1 minute and 37 seconds. He goes, get it, fix it, do better. But the program director went on and said something that changed my life. He added something to that because we're like, okay, we'll fix that. He says, but listen, let's put this conversation into perspective. He says, on your deathbed, you will never think about that 1 minute and 37 seconds that we just talked about. He says to understand, get it, fix it, move on. Don't carry it around with you. Don't take it to your deathbed because, of course, by the deathbed, you'll be thinking of other things. You'll be thinking of the real things in life. So the only reason I bring this up is so that we can understand our own priorities of understanding what went wrong, understanding how to fix it, but really understanding how to let go and move on. That we don't drag this stuff with us because it's so inconsequential in comparison to what it is that we'll probably be thinking about at the end of our lives. That seems much more consequential. So hopefully today you understand the 137 is understand it, fix it, and move on. Until next time, this is Ken Grant with Motivated Branding.